Did Jungkook really say something that made Taehyung, his fellow BTS member and close friend, cry in public? This question is currently shaking BTS fandom discussion spaces across various platforms, from local communities to international forums. Many did not expect that in the midst of military life filled with pressure and strict protocols, an emotional interaction could occur so openly and leave such a deep impact. What initially appeared to be an incomplete clip from an internal meeting between BTS members has now evolved into a serious discussion about the personal relationships between members, especially Jungkook and Taehyung, who are known to be very close but also often surrounded by speculation. Moment where Jungkook, currently on hiatus from public activities, said something to Taehyung, who appeared emotional. The words spoken by Jungkook, yet to be officially released by the agency, were reportedly deeply personal and touched on Taehyung's future, the pressure he's been under, and the hopes he has long held in silence. Those words were not just an expression of support, said an industry source who wished to remain anonymous for privacy reasons. It was a truth finally revealed by Jungkook about what they've truly been experiencing, especially Taehyung, over the past few months. The source stated that the words were deeply personal, touching on wounds unknown to many, and possibly the key to the profound emotions Taehyung had been holding back. The public began asking, what exactly did Jungkook say? Why couldn't Taehyung hold back his tears? What is happening behind the scenes of BTS right now? These questions didn't come without reason. Recently, signs and shifts in group dynamics have led ARMY, the name for BTS fans, to question the group's stability and future direction. This issue emerged alongside internal rumors about the pressure Taehyung is facing during his military service. Some South Korean entertainment industry observers have even stated that there are emotional dynamics between BTS members during this transition period that have never been publicly disclosed. We often only see their professional faces. But moments like this, when emotions can no longer be hidden, give us a glimpse into the pressures they bear as public figures and as ordinary human beings, said a Korean pop culture analyst. Jungkook's words, according to speculation circulating in South Korean social media and international ARMY communities, were seen as a form of clarification against rumors of internal discord. They are also believed to carry an indirect apology and acknowledgement of the personal pressure Taehyung has been enduring silently. This is what made the meeting so emotional and deeply touching. Many noted that Taehyung's reaction to Jungkook's statement was a very rare moment in public, especially considering Taehyung is known for his ability to control his emotions. The fact that he shed tears is not something ordinary. This became a major highlight among ARMY and South Korean media. Several local Korean media outlets have even compared this moment to previous incidents where Jungkook expressed heartfelt words to other members in critical times. However, what makes this situation different is the context and timing. When almost all BTS members are undergoing military service, when physical and mental pressures are at their peak, and when speculation about the group's future is wildly circulating among the public. One user on platform X wrote, "I don't know what Jungkook said, but if Taehyung cried, that means the burden he's carrying is tremendously heavy. I hope they can get through it together, like they always have." Similar reactions flooded the comment sections of every post discussing the issue. However, as of now, HYBE Labels has not released an official statement regarding the meeting or the circulating video. This silence adds to the tension and raises further questions about whether the issue is truly as deep as presumed or potentially even bigger. The absence of an official statement has also sparked speculation that an internal conflict is being privately managed and not intended to be public until clarity is achieved in a broader context. This incident also reflects how the pressure of the Korean entertainment industry, known for its competitiveness and high discipline, can result in complex emotional effects on idols, especially those who began their careers at a young age. Jungkook and Taehyung, who both debuted as teenagers, have gone through countless ups and downs together. Therefore, such emotional interaction, especially one leading to tears, may be proof that their friendship is far more than just being colleagues on stage. A celebrity psychologist from Yonsei University, Professor Han Sung-jin, commented to local media, "The words spoken by Jungkook were likely therapeutic, in the sense that they may have been an emotional release of long-suppressed feelings." Taehyung's tears are a natural response from someone who feels seen, understood, and genuinely loved amidst the pressures of military life and public expectations. Meanwhile, several prominent entertainment journalists in Korea have begun investigating the background of this emotional moment. One report mentioned that prior to the meeting, Taehyung had shown signs of severe stress, including self-isolation and avoiding social activities within the military environment. This adds further relevance to the idea that Jungkook's words were not just ordinary support, but an urgently needed emotional intervention. This situation raises further questions. Will this moment impact the future relationships among BTS members? Will the public be given an official explanation? And most importantly, is this a signal that unresolved emotional dynamics exist within BTS? The global ARMY community is divided in responding to this issue. Most express sympathy and support, while others begin to question the agency's habit of avoiding transparency, especially in emotionally significant situations with widespread impact. Even some entertainment industry analysts have begun linking this incident to BTS's strategic future direction after completing military service. Will this moment strengthen their internal bonds or become a critical point requiring major reconciliation? As of this report, there has been no official confirmation regarding the contents of Jungkook's words or Taehyung's psychological condition. However, according to several reliable sources, some ARMY representatives have formally requested HYB to provide clarification or at least a reassuring statement. To prevent further wild speculation, I end BTS's history. Emotional moments are nothing new. But when it involves Jungkook and Taehyung, two individuals with one of the most complex and enigmatic dynamics within the group, the situation becomes far more sensitive. Many hope that this moment will serve as a positive turning point in their relationship, not a trigger for division or prolonged tension. Whatever the words were, one thing is now clear. There is a very real human side to the members of BTS. Even behind the spotlight, industry demands, and the perfectly curated public image. And when one of them cannot hold back tears, it is not a weakness, but a signal that they, just like all of us, are struggling with their own wounds, burdens, and hopes. Will the public ever fully know what was said? Maybe not, but the impact is real. ARMY has been reminded once again that BTS is not just a music group, but a journey of 7 individuals who rely on each other, with bonds far deeper than what appears on the surface. After carefully examining the various circulating information and closely observing all sources and emerging clarifications, it can be concluded that the issue regarding Jungkook allegedly saying an emotional sentence to Taehyung that made V cry cannot be factually and officially proven. This issue has mostly developed on social media and community forums, which lack a strong and verifiable basis. Based on an investigation into official statements from HYB labels, there has been no announcement, press conference, or media release mentioning any emotional incident like this between Jungkook and Taehyung. There are no audio recordings, videos, or written documentation validating that Jungkook has ever publicly stated such emotional words to Taehyung recently. Even in the most recent interviews held before the two began their mandatory military service, there were no signs of conflict, deep sadness, or dramatic moments matching the narrative currently going viral. This issue seems to have originated from a speculative narrative that developed among fans after several unofficial social media posts linked Taehyung's expression in an old video to a certain moment with Jungkook. These posts were then misinterpreted, edited, and redistributed with added emotional narratives that do not align with the original context. The result has been the spread of misinformation leading to confusion among the global fanbase, especially ARMY. It is important to note that although the closeness between Jungkook and Taehyung has long been public attention due to their strong friendship, not every personal interaction should be turned into public consumption through a sensational framing. The public deserves factual and accurate information, not speculation packaged in a clickbait format that can trigger misunderstanding. Considering the current situation, where all BTS members are serving in the military and their communication to the public is very limited, emotional information like this should be suspected and cannot be trusted outright without concrete evidence and direct confirmation from the parties involved. It must be remembered that personal moments, such as expressions of feelings between BTS members, if they do occur, are not necessarily shared with the public and do not have to be exposed as part of media consumption. Conclusion. The news stating that Jungkook uttered specific words that made Taehyung cry is false and lacks a strong basis. The report is more a form of emotional interpretation arising from unverified and unofficial content. Therefore, all fans, especially ARMY, are advised to remain critical in receiving information, always refer to official sources, and avoid spreading unverified news. Because spreading false information not only misleads the public, but also can negatively impact the image and privacy of the artists concerned. Thus, this information is categorized as a hoax or baseless rumor that should not be trusted or further spread. Media outlets and fans are expected to maintain integrity in reporting and not be swept away by emotional narratives without confirmation.